into Dubs Talk Live from Kefico here at Thrive City. I've got Dalton Johnson with me, Zena, Keita here as we break down this Warriors win over the Rockets, 99-93. Dalton, the last time the Rockets beat the Warriors, COVID had not happened yet. James Harden was still on the team. Anthony Edwards, that's coming to Chase Center tomorrow, was not in the NBA.
What year is it, Zena? What are we
It's
talking
2019,
about?
okay? So this is a crazy streak. It's the second longest active win streak the Warriors have over the Rockets. 15 games straight they've beat the Rockets in regular season. Tonight, without Steph, without Draymond, the Warriors were able to get it done. What did you see out there from this team?
I saw what I think everybody else saw. That was a Jonathan Kuminga show along with Andrew Wiggins. Jonathan Kuminga taking over down the stretch. And that's exactly what the Warriors have been missing so often in these clutch games, is somebody being able to say, give me the ball, watch out, I'm taking over. And that's what we saw out of Jonathan Kuminga tonight. At his age, I felt like this was a huge step forward. I mean,
yeah.
it might be a moment for Jonathan Kuminga.
Absolutely.
You know, so again, I thought the combination of Jonathan Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, and then of course some secondary pieces, Brandon Podziemski, Kevon Looney being Mr. Reliable. But tonight was all about Jonathan Kuminga as well as Andrew Wiggins.
Of course, let's talk about Jonathan Kuminga hitting his career high 33 points, including 14 in that last quarter with that beautiful drive to close it, as Kerr called it, a beautiful drive just to end the game there. Let's break down his game. He started strong, whittled a little bit in the middle, and then picked it back up at the end. As you evaluate him being able to step up as another option offensively, what are your hopes for Jonathan Kuminga moving forward after you see this game?
Well, I think that this is really two straight, really strong, sound games from Jonathan Kuminga in a multitude of ways. I thought actually in Denver, I thought his passing, his playmaking was really good. I thought he was under control. But from an offensive scoring standpoint in Denver, there were a handful of times that you would see he would get his space, 1-2 dribbles, pull up, really strong mid-range. And that's what I was seeing tonight against the Houston Rockets, is that it just seems like Jonathan Kuminga is just in control of his game. It feels like the processing, the computer up here is slowing down, and the pictures are becoming so much more clear for him. And that's what's really fun to see from a young guy who is so much potential. And that can be a great word and a scary word at the same time. You want to switch potential to production, and that's what we saw tonight out of Jonathan Kuminga.
And you heard his teammate, Brandon Podziemski, in the postgame talk about him being a star in the making. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, Dalton. One of the things I had a concern about when it came to Jonathan Kuminga was his handle, his ability to come off the screen and attack his defender, and especially if you have a strong defense like the Houston Rockets that can keep up with that quick step. But tonight, you saw him being so much more creative in his ability to get to the basket. When you think about Jonathan being someone that can get to his spot, what was it that allowed him to just elevate over the Rockets tonight specifically?
Well, number one, obviously we know how athletic Jonathan Kuminga is, of course. But I do think that you're never going to see Jonathan Kuminga probably be a 40% three-point shooter. But early on, him hitting the three-pointers early, I think kind of, it's not that it scared this Rockets defense. It's a really, really sound, strong, young, athletic, long defense. But to even create that kind of space and then go, okay, you're going to let me shoot these shots? I'm going to shoot them confidently. I'm going to shoot them in flow, and now I'm going to get downhill. And it wasn't a bunch of 8, 9, 10 dribble sequences. It was 2, 3 dribbles, get to the basket, and attack. Very efficient. Great word to use that. And that's what we saw, that ceiling bucket to win the game basically was just an efficient get me to the basket and let me score. So really fun to see the multitude of ways that JK was able to score.
It's really exciting to see him evolve in his ability to read the room. And finding shots within the offense, taking what the defense gives you. That is such a name and a moniker within the world of basketball. Take what the defense gives you. You saw that for Jonathan, but you also saw that for his teammate, Andrew Wiggins. Now, the two of them combined for 56 points together. 33 out of Jonathan Kuminga, 23 for Andrew Wiggins. He has always had to carry this burden of being that person that's supposed to be the secondary option. Sometimes it works, sometimes it hasn't, but this season it's been more consistent. What did you see out of him tonight that allowed him to step up in the midst of his teammates Steph and Draymond being on the bench?
A slow start for Andrew Wiggins, but then that second quarter, he really got it going. I believe it was either 12, 15 points in the second quarter. You saw the three ball starting to fall, and you saw his free throw starting to fall. I mean, he had He had multiple 4-point plays tonight,
Yeah,
Zena. I mean,
yeah.
that's something unheard of.
It was crazy.
But whenever I look at Andrew Wiggins as a box scorer, when I see 9 rebounds, I know that is an engaged Andrew Wiggins. I asked
Yeah.
Steve Kerr about Andrew Wiggins after the game, and he admitted he probably shouldn't even play tonight. He's dealing with a nagging ankle injury, but he knows that without Steph, without Draymond, 5-game losing streak,
Yeah.
they needed him. And you saw the competitive spirit of Andrew Wiggins and Jonathan Kuminga combined for just an absolutely winning recipe tonight for the Warriors.
Amazing long athletic wings can do when they get a little bit of space to create. Jonathan Kuminga is at the podium. Let's see what he had to say about tonight's win.
It was actually for me to just get the ball and run a pick and roll with Buddy. So if it's the switch, I got Buddy open, and they trusted me to just have the ball in my hands and to go out there and finish.
Obviously circumstances dictated it with Steph out, but, how nice is it to have, a moment like that, a situation late in the fourth where the ball is in your hands?
I think it's just a good learning lesson. Obviously we're going to have Steph most of the time. Just having that experience of knowing what you need to do out there. Anytime, even when Steph comes back and Draymond comes back, you never know when moments like that will come around. So just having my team and my coaches trusting me in that moment, just a learning lesson. We're just going to keep building from there.
Obviously, this is the second game now you've started with Draymond out. Is there a rhythm you feel like you get in early when you're starting, when you know the ball's coming to you a lot?
Not really. I love playing with Draymond. Just him not being out there, we miss him. It makes things easy for a lot of people, including me. But, I don't really worry about if Draymond starts or doesn't, all I worry about is just go out there and try my best to have a good game and to fit as a player.
Jonathan, you were talking about this being a learning experience of being in the position of a end of the game, type of scoring, and when your team needs a basket. What's it like before that? Did Steph or Draymond say anything to you in that final minute? I think you scored like 5 of your points in like the last minute 5 or something like that.
They wanted me to go get the ball. It's that's how I got my confidence. They wanted me to go out there and just get the ball and just go from there. They trusted me, and that kind of boosts me. That kind of helped me to just be confident. I took a deep breath and I just went out there and just took care of the ball.
So are they saying that to you during timeouts, or are they saying to you while you're on the floor?
During timeout.
How ready for those type of reps do you feel?
I feel ready. I always work hard. I always learn from my elder, Steph and Draymond. There is going to be a moment where I'm going to be the one being in those situations. So, I just learn from those guys and I go about my day.
Speaking of those guys, you finish at that last basket, then there's Draymond right there, and there's Steph right there. Congratulating, chest bumping you. What's that like to have those two guys be the ones celebrating with you?
It was like a dream come through, just having those guys. They always push me every single day, They're always there no matter what. And just seeing them cheering for me on that moment, it means a lot.
Kerr said that, they've got to find ways to have you out there, but it's as a power forward. Do you feel like you're earning these minutes, or do you feel like you're expanding what they can expect from you?
It's just going out there and playing and doing my best and actually having the whole coaching staff and my teammates to trust me, And I feel like the more I keep playing that way, the more I keep showing that I could be in a situation, I'm gaining more trust and more playing time.
It was so cool to hear him say, it's a dream come true. Seeing Draymond and Steph get so hyped over that last basket was a lot of fun to see. But do you think that Jonathan Kuminga is gaining that trust of his teammates and coaches.
I do, and especially when it comes to Draymond Green. This is the reason that Draymond Green said before the season that nothing short of an all-star is what he's pushing for Jonathan Kuminga. This is really the second straight season that he's trying to get that in JK's head is all-star, 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 star potential, and really fun to see at this age him be the hero and win the game for the Warriors down the stretch.
33, 7 rebounds, or 6 total rebounds, 2 assists. Youngest Warrior to have multiple 30-point games, Jonathan Kuminga. Let's move on to another career high that happened tonight. Brandon Podziemski getting a career high 12 rebounds. Overall, ended the night with 8 points, but a plus 13 overall. I mean, a phenomenal game and just being able to continuously be relentless. He was always involved in different actions. Offensively, not his best night. He went 2 for 9, but still was trying to figure things out, ways to impact the game on the defensive end. What did you like about the way Pod stepped up tonight for the Warriors?
I thought really Brandon Podziemski had a lot of kind of the Draymond Green effect tonight. You know, when you look at the box score with Draymond,
Love that.
You're not always going to see 10, 12, 15 points, 8 points, but the 12 rebounds, getting his nose in the ball so many times. And the Warriors tonight only had 10 turnovers.
Yeah.
Brandon had 2 of those, but he had the ball in his hand so much, played nearly 37 minutes. And I thought they were really smart with the ball. Again, for a top 3 defense in the entire NBA, for a young player like that to have so much responsibility on his hands, it was a great overall game from Brandon Podziemski. Yes, of course he still wants a shot to fall, but when you see 12 rebounds and the way that he was able to initiate offense, keep the ball moving tonight, that's what was fun.
Absolutely.
The entire offense played that 0.5 Steve Kerr offense, and it starts with Brandon Podziemski.
One thing that he will do is rebound. Okay, on the other side of this break, we got to talk about Kevon Looney because that man is durable, okay? He is dependable. We got to see how he showed up for the Warriors on the other side of this break. Y'all don't go anywhere. It's Dubs Talk Live. Get hype, baby. Get hype, Kuminga.
Dubs Talk Live is presented by Mancini's Sleep World. Visit Mancini's Sleep World for the year-end clearance sale. Save big on premium mattresses plus free delivery. Hurry in now or visit us online at sleepworld.com.
Hello, everybody. We are back on YouTube, and we are here at Kefico at Thrive City. If y'all have not been to Thrive City since, I don't know, the top of this year,
It's booming.
there's like brand new restaurants. It is, what time is it? 10:39, filled. People are having drinks. It's a great time overall. I mean, obviously, it's great when Warriors win. The vibes are popping, but the Warriors have done a phenomenal job building out this area
They really
as well.
have. I mean, you had the water right
The
here,
water,
the lights,
the
the
park.
food outside. It's cool to see it kind of growing and building
Yeah,
always, right?
it really
so that's
is.
what's cool. You're kind of seeing like the vision come together right now for the Warriors.
Okay, well, I'm going to look at some things that are being said on YouTube. I need you to get us a slice
Yep,
of pizza
okay,
so we can just at
can
least
do
get
that.
a bite before we go. Peter Gouzian saying, I'm having a really hard time focusing on that show when the pizza is right there. We're going to move it after this break. We just got to get at least a bite in. Whoop. See all my normal folks, Otis, Arjun, Andis, what's up, y'all? Much needed win, Andrew Bastion. Smart defense got us the win. Yes, phenomenal execution on the defensive end. Houston, one of the worst three-pointing shoot teams in the league. They kept them under 30%, did not let them go off.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my God. Oh my God. Woo!
That first bite hits.
Drive? Drive. Okay, we got 20 seconds.
Talk about a dream come true. I'm talking about Warriors basketball and some pizza. Come on now.
Okay, we'll move this over here.
Andrew, you looked really, really committed to get to the rim several times tonight. Was that the mindset to start, or did you just feel that as it went on?
Kind of just felt it as it went on and seen some openings. I feel like there's a lot of drives I wish I can get back and, let them get their hand in the ball a lot.
Steve said you probably wouldn't have played tonight if, maybe Steph and Draymond weren't out just because of the ankle. How much is that bothering you right now?
It was definitely bothering me a little bit. But the training staff worked on it, made it feel better. Definitely playable. So just fought through it.
How lingering is this ankle thing?
I feel like it's going in the right direction. So that's good.
Did you do it during a game or did it just?
I did. I don't remember which game. Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you have played? Do you think you would have played tonight if either Steph and Draymond were available, or did you just feel kind of an added burden to be out there?
I'm not too sure now that the game is done, but I think I would have played just because I feel like the training staff got me right before the game and had a good pregame shoot, so up in the air.
How nice was it tonight to, obviously you're out there, you got a large scoring burden without Steph, but, Jonathan scores 33. How nice was it to kind of have that second score next to you, Jonathan?
Yeah, it was great. JK is, that's what he can do, knocking down three-pointers, getting to the rim. The three-pointers is a plus, for him, but no one can stop him getting to the rim. He's too strong, too athletic, too quick, too versatile. When he plays like that, he's amazing. I know this is just the beginning for him.
What was it like kind of living through the 5-game losing streak? This team has won a lot. I've been through a lot of things, but was there some amount of pressure kind of building up?
For sure. You lose, 4 then 5 in a row. Losing sucks, and it's never fun when you lose. But when you win, everything seems to be okay, and, it was a hard game to get out of, but we did it collectively. So.
Just like the other games you guys had played, you guys weren't able to close out those other games, but you guys did tonight. How were you guys able to lock down?
We did it all together. On the defensive end, we were all just playing hard. We had each other's backs. On the offensive end, we were just making plays for each other, and, JK took over, down the stretch.
Got to believe this is the first game you've had 2 4-point plays in. Is that right? Can you think of?
Yeah.
How many have you had in your career? Can you think?
I'm not too sure, but 2 in the same game, never had that before.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, feels good.
You have to make that free throw.
You got to make that free throw. Did that make both?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
I love Andrew Wiggins' chill vibe. He's so chill right now. This is a good thing for the Warriors. It is surreal to think that he scored 23 points tonight and also kept Jalen Green to 4 of 16 overall on a bum ankle. That was impressive. He's not the only one that's been nursing some injuries. Of course, Curry and Draymond Green sat out tonight. What is the situation with Steph Curry and Draymond Green with regards to their individual injuries, and also will they be playing in these 2 games against Minnesota?
Steve said pregame that he expects Steph Curry to play tomorrow. Obviously going to see how he's feeling, go through his warm-up and all that. And Draymond Green, he right now is TBD. He said that there's a chance that he plays tomorrow, but I'm not going to expect a chill vibe out of Draymond Green when Rudy Gobert is on the line.
Hey,
I expect him to be fired up, ready to go against the Timberwolves. So, of course, he'll have to go through his treatment, but I expect him wanting to gear up against Rudy Gobert.
Absolutely. No, that team has always had a little bit of an edge to them. It's kind of like, I remember Tari Eason saying he just hates the Warriors. I'm sure someone on the Minnesota Timberwolves feels the same way about the Warriors. Certain someone, right? So good to know about Curry and Draymond, that this isn't anything that's going to be longer, kind of wailing on their bodies. Now, let's talk about their buddy in crime over the last almost decade of just great performance, Kevon Looney. Talk about a guy that's been durable, that's been dependable for the Warriors. With Brandon Podziemski added another 11 rebounds, 5 of which were offensive. This guy was everywhere tonight, and also finishing inside, which has been a struggle for the Warriors. But biggest thing, was able to keep Alperen Şengün to just 16 points. He was 5 of 5 in the last quarter. Okay, so think about that. He made 12 points in the last quarter. and scored 16 on the night. That's how efficient Kevon Looney was for the Warriors defensively. With Looney, thinking about the fact that he isn't a typical starter, right? There's been a lot of TJD nights as well mixed in with him. How can he get back to being the go-to 30-plus minute starting center for the Warriors?
I will be really surprised the next game that I see Kevon Looney not starting. I don't see him giving away the starting lineup really anytime soon. Steve Kerr has trusted Kevon Looney for so long tonight, for so long in his career, and tonight was example A of that, right? Against the Houston Rockets, against Alperen Şengün, Kevon Looney was great, and this is what he does for this team. He provides all the winning, impactful plays, plus 21 overall.
Yeah.
I mean, Zena, this is what this guy does. He's done it for so long now, but the slimmed down version of Kevon Looney, overall, he is just moving side to side vertically. You can tell, like, there's a difference here. He has a little extra get up for sure. But he played 25 minutes tonight, and Steve Kerr said, like, that's how long he wants to play him. He wants to give him 25 minutes. It's just not easy when you have to play Draymond the 5 a little bit. You got Kevon, you got Trace Jackson-Davis. You're trying to figure out where does JK fit with all the big men too, because Steve Kerr has been very clear, especially the last few games, that he sees JK as a 4. So Kevon Looney, until anything changes or until he somehow has some bumps and bruises as an Iron Man again his way, I don't see him giving up that starting lineup position anytime soon, Zena.
I'm excited for that because I do think that there is a level of calm and poise that comes to the center position when he's in it alongside of Draymond, of course, but they have the familiarity in between them. It's just been fun watching those guys just get going. Excuse me, I think the pizza's just distracting me, folks. All right, let's get back to it. There's someone that hasn't been playing as well as of late, and that is the sharpshooter, Buddy Hield. So another shooting slump night, 1 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 6 from 3. This is a guy that the whole league has at the top of their scouting report of don't let him shoot threes. But as of late, not converting. What's going on?
I think there's been a little bit of shot selection here and there. Overall, some of the shots that we're seeing right now are good shots, but like that last one, not so much in rhythm. And historically, Buddy Hield is historically a 40% shooter from three-point range, but also historically, that's what great shooters can do at times. And we've seen that throughout Buddy's career, is that he can have a little bit of these ups and downs. It's kind of trying to find, less of the peaks and valleys and meet in the middle. So you're going to have these kind of Buddy Hield games, but shooters shoot, great shooters find the rhythm, and I expect Buddy Hield to find that rhythm very soon.
Okay, well now the Warriors are 13-8, heading into 2 back-to-back matchups against the Minnesota Timberwolves. When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about that breakdown, see what that's going to look like, because I know the Warriors want to go out to Houston again with 3 wins under their belt. Don't go anywhere, guys. It's Steps Talk Live. All right, welcome back, YouTube, guys. This pizza is like
don't mind me. I'm having a bite.
Mess. A mess. All right, let's see here. I appreciate all of you guys being kind to us about being distracted by pizza. Yeah, it's a thing. Bree Banks, they need to keep this energy. Absolutely. This has been the theme all throughout this season. Consistency. Not getting too high, not getting too low, but be able to come out and execute every single day, every single night, consistently. Very, very important. And Otis adding, nice to see the Warriors finally close out a game despite it being tense at the end. How huge is that?
Incredibly huge. I mean, they've played 21 games this season. They've had 13 clutch games. This was their 7th straight clutch game. So to be able to pull through that consistency that you brought up in that fourth quarter without Steph, without Draymond, you talk about a confidence boost for young players like Jonathan Kuminga, like Brandon Podziemski. And yeah, Andrew Wiggins is a veteran, but I think it's great for him to be able to have these type of games where he shuts down a Jalen Green while still scoring in the 20s and having a near double-double. That's great, because even in Denver, when we talked to them about, hey, you've lost 5 straight, the vibes didn't feel like a team that lost 5 straight. So I think their cohesion, their chemistry has been really seen this season.
Yeah, it's really cool. When you're playing together well, the vibes are clear, the locker room, even when they're going down, right? Even in the 5-game slump, the locker room hasn't broken up, and that's huge.
It is.
They might be down on their lock, but they're still
big
together.
Difference from last season.
Exactly.
It just
important.
is.
That's very important.
Can't emphasize that enough.
Annis Brown, this is turning into the Food Network. We didn't mean it, guys. I'm dying. Welcome back to Dubs Talk Live, presented by Mancini Sleep World. The Warriors are now 13-8, which is good, breaking the 5-game losing slump that they were in, and now the Minnesota Timberwolves are coming to town to play. And now this is going to be a very interesting matchup because Minnesota Timberwolves started this year a hot mess, for lack of better words. But as of late, they have figured out a little way to get Rudy Gobert going. They're playing the back-and-forth game between Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards, and particularly Anthony Edwards, who was not in the league the last time that the Rockets beat the Warriors, is stepping up. He's figuring out his role on this team. What's going to be the key for the Warriors to be able to get 2 more wins out of this weekend?
I want to kind of see the athleticism against the athleticism with a JK going against somebody like Anthony Edwards. I mean, you talk about the prime-time athletes in the entire NBA. Those are 2 of the biggest names you're going to see. So it's no surprise that the Timberwolves kind of slow start, get it going. We're going to see old friend Dante DiVincenzo. So I'm not surprised, again, that the Timberwolves are starting to figure it out. But anytime that you see Anthony Edwards, it is prime time. Get in front of your TV and watch this game.
I'm just wondering who will be put on him, because it could be a Jonathan Kuminga, who did a really good job, actually, against Jabari Smith Jr. tonight. Jabari Smith Jr., 5 points, 2 of 8 from the floor. But then you also have Andrew Wiggins. That did a really great job on Jalen Green. So it's going to be interesting who gets that defensive assignment. Overall, great win by the Warriors, breaking that losing streak. Dalton, what are you looking for tomorrow's game?
Look, 10 turnovers for the Warriors is a major win. That's what I'm looking for, is to play clean, consistent basketball on the second night of a back-to-back. That's not easy. But
not
4
easy.
quarters of that of taking care of the basketball, especially down the stretch in those clutch minutes, that's what I'll have my eyes on for the Warriors to try to get 2 wins in a row and start their new win streak after snapping a 5-game losing streak.
Well, I got my eyes on this pizza and this food. So that's it, folks. 99-93, Warriors take a win. Dalton Johnson, Zena Keita, appreciate you joining us on Dubs Talk Live, presented by Mancini Sleep World. Until tomorrow. Dude, it's so funny. We're sitting here giving y'all a mukbang edition of Dubs Talk Live. And what's even more distracting, our faces are on the television directly in front of us. This is the behind the scenes stuff. This is why you go on YouTube and watch Dubs Talk Live, people, to get the real, okay? I love this. I love all the talk for the pizza. K Rico, y'all. That's where we're at. Or K Fico. Where we at?
K Fico.
My bad.
Say it 3
My
times.
bad.
Good luck.
Right.
Hey, I know what made Warriors fans happy tonight, too, is seeing Dylan Brooks go only 2 of 8 from three-point range.
Ooh.
They were saying, go ahead and shoot. And I know when he misses shots, all of Dub Nation is happy to see that go down.
That part. Oh, we got a special guest, folks. We got Raymond Ritter, head of communications.
YouTube exclusive.
I'm telling you guys,
Raymond
you guys
Ritter.
are tuned in to the best right now. Well, Raymond Ritter's behind the scenes watching this amazing food here. We're going to be eating all of this. Don't worry. I'm seeing some more. Warriors locker room is strong. We talked about that. That's awesome to see the vibes just
The new guys
good.
have been great with that, too.
New
You
guys
think
have
about
been
Buddy
good.
Hield, Kyle
Yes,
Anderson.
they're setting a great tone overall. Even when you go down, to still be playing strong, you love to see that. Someone said, I didn't see you take another bite of that sandwich. You know what? Appreciate the direction. We're going to go out there.
I think they're saying wrap it up and eat this food.
We're going to eat this food. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Dubs Talk Live, as always. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, and then back again on Sunday. But Dalton Johnson, Zena Keita, y'all have a good night.